Hello, my beautiful beings. This is Becca from Beck About It. Today, I want to Beck about spiritual hygiene. This is a topic that I am quite honestly pretty passionate about, you guys. It is essential. If you don't have a daily spiritual hygiene practice, that's like going out into the world without brushing your teeth and putting deodorant on, and that's gross. I said what I said. If you are not making your energy, your state of mind, your physical presence a priority in how you show up in the world, you are doing the world and yourself a huge disservice. That's my opinion. Okay? So, I want to talk to you guys about my spiritual practice and my daily spiritual hygiene. I'm not saying I'm an expert, okay? But I will say that the work that I do requires me to be extremely conscientious and careful because I am bumping up into other people's energy fields in the records all day long and meshing my energies with them. And that also opens me up to being seen on the astral realm for doing the work that I do. And there are a lot of beings here that do not want you stepping into your power and sovereignty, and that is exactly my message. So, therefore, I am a messenger who is very, very likely to be attacked by those who choose not to free the humans. Okay? So, first thing I want to talk about is what I do in the morning. Okay, I'm just going to go from my perspective. Hopefully, this gives you some things to think about or some ideas to try. This does not have to be your practice. This is mine. I've manipulated it and molded it into what works for me over the last couple of years. And again, not everybody's a journaler, not everybody's a meditator. That's okay. Find what works for you. But do something every day. If you're not responsible with what you currently have, you're not going to be given more. So if you're like, my gifts aren't coming in, what are you doing to make sure that your filters are clear? Because this is your antenna. This your physical body is the avatar and the vessel that you work through. So if your energy is, my phone is blowing up, sorry. So if your energy is dirty, that is the lens that you are perceiving the rest of the world through. Okay? That's my phone all day long. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. So if you want to start your day in a sacred, neutral, 0 point, in my opinion, that's the best way to start. Completely clear, filtered out, clean, energetic state, you have to maintain that because that doesn't just naturally happen. You take a shower every day and wash your body. Okay. So set the intention for the day. This is my morning routine. Okay. The first thing I do when I roll over is I dream journal. If you're not remembering your dreams, that's a problem. Okay. Your spirit guides set up your dreams. That is how you process your day's events. And if you're not having dreams or remembering your dreams, in my opinion, I would be setting that intention very clearly that is one of the first things that you're going to want to work on. Okay. So I roll over and I dream journal. I write down the things that I remember about my dreams because in that first waking state is the best time to remember them. You're probably not going to remember them a couple hours after you're up and you've taken a shower, and you might remember snippets or bits and pieces, but your dreams are vital. If you do nothing else, journal your dreams every day and then go back and read them. Learn how to communicate with yourself because that is your subconscious communicating with you, and that is the most important message that you can hear every day is your dream. Okay? The next thing I do, if you have no dreams, okay, cancel contracts. You can be hijacked in astral, and fine print can be put in your spiritual contracts based on the agreements that you're making throughout the day or even in astral sometimes. Okay. So if you're not having dreams, cancel any contracts. Do not allow your astral body to be used in astral without your consent and knowledge of what it's being used for. Unless it's in your highest good, and then your spirit guides know that. I mean, leave that loophole open, but that's important, you guys. So once I've journaled my dreams and I've canceled contracts or whatnot, I pull a card. I use the Thoth deck, Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck, every day. Here's the deal. I was very against that. Okay, I did not want to use that deck. My mentor was like, get this deck, get this book. You will not regret it. And say what you want about Aleister Crowley. I get it, you guys. But I am telling you, this deck is phenomenal and I'm going to recommend it. I know there's all kinds of like magical oracle decks and stuff like that. If you don't know how to read original tarot, you are leaving yourself open for missing a lot of information. You're doing yourself a disservice. So if you don't know original tarot, I'm talking like the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley or like the Rider-Waite deck, the traditional Rider-Waite deck. If you don't know that kind of tarot, you're leaving a whole lot of knowledge and information on the table. Okay, I'm just going to, I said what I said. That's my opinion. That's where I'm at. Okay. What I do when I pull my card is I do a collective and personal energy of the day. And there's a specific reason why I do that. I am preparing for transmutation. Okay, it is my job to show up in the world and transmute these lower vibrational negative energies. Now, I may not always feel them. I may not always know exactly what is going on. But if I pull a card that is the personal and collective energy of the day, I set the intention and I start looking for that. If it's a negative, lower vibrational energy, I look for it and I transmute it. That is my purpose. If it is a high vibe energy day, I look for that and I celebrate that presence and I enjoy the beauty of, let's say, luxury or gain or success or something like that. But if I pull something like interference or severity or something like that, that's what I look for and I transmute that for the collective. Okay. What I also do is I write a to-do list. That's the next thing. I write a to-do list of all the things that I need to get done for that day. I'm setting the intention and the energy for how my day is going to flow, and there are things that I need to get done, so I write them on my list. The next thing I do is I use an app called Time Passages. And Time Passages is a phenomenal app. It's free, but you can also do the add-on with a little bit extra money and you get more information. But this is a phenomenal app, you guys. Time Passages is amazing. So if you put your own personal information in there, it will tell you your horoscope for the day, the energies. It'll give you like love energy, physical energy, spiritual energy based on your transits and your chart. So it's a really good way. But I don't look at all that every day. The main two things that I look at is where's the moon and where's the sun. Now, if the moon is void, of course, I'm not making any big decisions or making any plans during that time. Okay. And people can say that makes me superstitious. That's okay. Works for me. Now, why I do this. Okay. I have noticed that there are certain signs, like especially the moon. When the moon is in Scorpio for me, I'm not okay. Okay. Check on this Gemini if the moon is in Scorpio because I'm not okay. Okay? I typically will take those 2 days off during the month. That's just me. I know that's my energy. I know that's how I just feel a certain way when the moon is in Scorpio. That is how in tune with the energies of the earth and my own body that I am. So if you don't know that or you're not there, maybe make that something that you are a goal or a priority to work towards. Okay. It does help, you guys. We are literally made of stardust in these energies and they affect us all differently. If you know how you function, show up, and operate in the world, you are more prepared. Okay. The next thing I do is meditate. And when I say meditate, you guys, it doesn't have to be a traditional meditation. Sometimes I wrote a bunch of stuff up. I change it up a lot. I might dance. I might do some chakra work. I might drum. I do things with all five senses. I don't eat in the morning. Okay. I intermittent fast and I don't eat until usually I try to make it past 4:30, but usually it's around 6 o'clock in the evening. So, I would do this for like an evening practice, but like you could mindfully eat something in the morning. Like that could be a meditation. You could take a little orange cutie. Those things are so good. Um, and smell the way it smells as you peel it. How does it feel under your fingernails? What does the flesh look like? How does it taste when you put it in your mouth? The juices flow down your throat. Like you can mindfully eat an orange and have like a full on experience, you guys. It's amazing. Okay, so use all five senses, connect with them, connect with your sense of touch, connect with your sense of taste, sense of smell, your hearing, your sight. Like use all of them at once in some interesting, unique experience. It could be a sunset, a sunrise, something that you do where you are fully present, mindfully in your body, focused on that thing, and you can have an experience. I do body scans, okay? So I will start from my toes and work my way up. And there are trapped emotions in your body, and your intuition will reveal them to you. In fact, I was in the shower this morning and I'm showering, and I realized I was really angry at one of my friends for something that had happened like quite a long time ago because I was doing a body scan and it felt really uncomfortable, like in my, I don't know, I guess appendix area, maybe. I'm not good with that stuff. It felt angry, and I was like, why is there anger in my appendix, in my lower abdomen? She instantly came to mind, and the situation instantly came to mind. Okay, so I set a boundary there, and she no longer wants to be friends. It is what it is. Okay. You could do candle gazing. As a side note, it's okay to set boundaries. And some people are going to make you seem like you're the toxic person, and you're not. Walk on with your head held high, okay? You didn't do all this inner healing work sitting alone in your room, huddled in a quarter in the fetal position, crying, doing shadow work for other people to project their wounds on you, okay? So if you know it's not your stuff, head held high and walk on like the king and queen that you are, okay? I'm not going to sweat it. Not that I'm not going to mourn her friend. Okay, I'm getting off track. Candle gazing is also another really good way to meditate, okay? Yoga could be some type of exercise. I know plenty of people who run, and that's basically a meditation for them as they run, okay? Here's what I will say. Cord cutting and chakra work is a daily. Contract clearing is a daily. Setting your bubble and your energy boundaries is a daily. Okay? So that is my morning routine and everything that I do in the morning. Oh, no, it's not. I have to go back up. Okay. And then I journal. I do. I try to keep my morning journal to like 3 to 5 minutes, but sometimes I go off, and I know we're all busy, so do it as you can. You may not be able to journal first thing in the morning, but just make time to journal if you can fairly early after you wake up. And this is what I journal. I will think about maybe one thing related to the cards or the tarot cards or something that I want to look for during the day, or I might journal something that an intention for the day, or that I want to send somebody energy. But it's really in the morning journal. Your morning journal is really about setting the tone for the day. Okay, now I also will occasionally clear in the middle of the day if I'm doing a lot of readings. A lot of you guys aren't doing readings and stuff like that, so you may not necessarily need to do that. You're just at work. But if you are at work and you have like this nasty meeting and you just feel achy, you can do a quick clearing in the middle of the day. I do it often. And then your evening routine is going to be reflecting on your day, okay? So review your to-do list, okay? Celebrate your successes. If you got a lot of stuff done that day, celebrate that. And I'm not saying like check, 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 check. Okay, on to the next thing. No. Thank yourself, appreciate yourself, be grateful to yourself for the motivation, for the dedication, for the work that you're doing. You're taking care of yourself by completing those tasks. You are loving yourself. We all know how much we love it when our man does his honey-do list or whatever, okay? You're doing that for yourself, so appreciate yourself for that. And then, of course, address opportunities. Address the opportunities. If you knew you just were straight up in resistance and could have gotten more stuff done and didn't, address that resistance. And that's the time to journal about it and with reflections. Why were you in resistance? Do some shadow work right there. You're doing life every day, okay? In your journal, if you journal. Reflect on how the tarot pull energies showed up for you in your day, okay? That's a really good thing to get in the mindset. What did you transmute that day? How did you help the collective? How did you show up in the world? How did you protect your own personal energy? If you pulled the tower moment, what tower moment did you have? What belief did you pull down that no longer served you? Did you do work there? Okay, so reflect on the tarot cards and how they showed up in your day. And then I journal my most profound thought for the day. So you can see how some of these tie in and you can complete several different things in one activity, right? So journal your most profound thought for the day. That's something that I do. Is what you're doing is you're training your brain to have profound thoughts. Okay? You're training your energy, your aura, your spirit guides to make sure that you have a profound thought for the day. Allow that energy in, okay? I listened to a teaching. I'm part of a really cool community called Wealth that Carolyn Elliott does. And it's phenomenal. If you guys are interested, let me know. It is amazing community. But I listened to this teaching the other day, and he was talking about, the teacher was talking about, his name's Dave, but he was talking about miracles and how a lot of people are conditioned not to accept miracles because they're worried that they'll get complacent and that they'll have a miracle every day and that the miracles won't be exciting. And so we don't allow ourselves to have miracles every day because we're worried that we're going to be conditioned to not appreciate them. It doesn't have to be that way. You can condition yourself to appreciate those miracles and see them every day and have a miracle happen in your life every single day, okay? Journal anything else that seems significant for you. This journal is yours and it's designed to evolve. You can talk about anything that you want. For me, a lot of times what I'll do is I get in these flows where I'll see a pattern in myself for several days where I'm really not hungry for food for several days in a row. And that typically will correlate with some type of energetic work that I'm doing, but I may not know it in the moment, and I'll look back and be like, oh, I broke through this on day 4 of feeling not hungry. And that was really when it started, was day 1 of not being hungry because I was shifting all this energy, okay? So that's just one example. And then you can go back and you can start seeing these correlations. And then again, that's how you get to know yourself. That's how I got to know my moon in Scorpio energy. I was really feeling crappy one day and I was like, let me just check. And the moon was in Scorpio. And so I looked up when the moon was in Scorpio for the month before. I went back to my journal entry and I was like, And then I went back a month before and found that Scorpio date. And I was like, this is like 3 or 4 months in a row. What's going on? Another thing that I do, and I'm just going to throw it out here, I track my moon cycle. Okay. I am a 28-day like clockwork girl. I could calculate almost down to the hour when my period is going to start every month. I'm probably within a couple of hours off every month. It's like a game that I play with myself, and I've been doing that for a couple of years. And I also know if I'm red moon cycle or white moon cycle because I think that's important as well. And I started my period 2 days early this month, and I was like, what is up with that? So I went in the records and I wanted to find out, and there was a specific energetic reason that I needed to have 2 periods in June. Okay. The more that you are connected with yourself, your own inner truth, your own wisdom, your higher self, the more you can fulfill your mission here, and you know how you function and operate and show up in this world. You can be ready. You can be like, boom, boom, deflecting all that stuff because you know it's coming. Okay. Another thing that I do is I cut cords, clear energies, and I prepare my chakras for sleep. I set intentions for astral travel. I make dream spray. I spray my pillow and my bed down with dream spray to remember my dreams, to set energetic protective boundaries that I'm not going to be used in astral for anything that I wouldn't consent to. When you are sleeping, that is extremely important, you guys. And sleep hygiene is very important for spiritual hygiene as well. Okay? I'm going to say it. I'm going to get on my soapbox here. I sleep in a room that is dark and quiet. I do not sleep to a TV or music or anything like that unless it is healing meditation music. The TV has been proven in a patent to literally alter your central nervous system. So you're being programmed while you sleep if you're watching television, okay? It's going right into your subconscious brain. For the record, it's a big old no for me. I would never sleep with a TV on in my room, ever. That's just me. But sleep is extremely important, you guys. So what you're doing in astral is you're reflecting on your day and you're processing the events of the day with your higher self and your guides. And your dreams are literally set up by your guides and planned and programmed by your guides. So the reason why your dreams are so important is because if you don't dig through your dreams and try to understand them, your guides don't know how to communicate with you. So you're building a bridge of communication there. And that's why your spiritual and sleep hygiene before you go to bed is extremely important. You're also in astral. The intersection of the fourth and fifth dimension is where we transition our vital force energy out of our bodies. We power it up from source, and then we transition it back into our bodies. So most of our power is not in our bodies when we sleep. It's outside of ourselves in astral. Okay? You can have incomplete astral travel and you can have negative astral travel, which means that you might be going to negative realms through these negative portals. You may not be able to completely transition all of your vital life force energy back into your body, which means you'll wake up feeling tired. You may not be able to process events that have happened to you because you're not able to connect fully in the dream time. So again, it's extremely, extremely important to set the intention for your astral travel and your sleep, okay? I know that sounds like a lot probably, and a lot of you guys are like, well, I'm not doing that. I could never commit to that. That's okay. For me, I'm going to say that I feel like I have a responsibility to do that because of the way that I show up in the world and because I have a lot of people around me that are asking me for advice and for answers and for information and wisdom, and to whom much is given, much is required. So if you want to step out into a greater authority and have more of an influence in the world, that's good. That's a really good thing, and you should do that. But know that that comes with responsibility and making sure that your antenna is aligned, that your filters are clean, and that your channel is clear. Otherwise, your messages gonna be getting messed up because they're gonna come through a dirty filter, which is you. Okay. That's my morning and evening routine for spiritual practice. Please comment below if you like it, hate it, love it. Any of your spiritual practices that you do for your own individual growth and healing is always welcome. I'm always looking to up-level my game. So I know this is a little bit longer video than I usually do, but I appreciate you guys being here. That is how I beck about spiritual hygiene. I love you all, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for being here.